Hello everyone, welcome back to Chen Design Channel. We have a very interesting request from YouTube subscriber asking how to build this form. Although I don't build it exactly the same, but I think it's a good example to talk about the surface editing. Are you ready? Let's get started. An email from Werner Schmidt a couple days ago wanted to know how to build this surface. Although I don't know what it is, but it's really interesting form. If you see this video, Werner, please let me know what it is. Typing in the comment. I think a lot of people wanted to know. There's a lot of detail I won't cover. Like this is like a gear type of texture right here, and there's few cut here, but we're gonna talk about the general surface and how we get this surface here. First of all, let's go to the command bar, type a picture in Rhino 6, and for Rhino 5 you need to type a picture frame, and we're gonna pick up this image right here. We're gonna bring in the image for whatever size, since I don't have a size reference here, but I would like to move this guy with this point and type it 0 to align with the center, and I can move it down a little bit. It's always keeping a good habit and have everything in the center, and that's lock this picture. That started this with tracing, so we are going to trace as close as we can. And I'm going to fast forward so you don't have to see me like doing this in a slow motion. And you kind of notice that I didn't trace exactly on some of a really tight area. It's because this tight area, it might affect the way I'm creating the surface, and we can always drag the control point later on. So I just want to get something really close at this point, and we don't have to be like follow exactly on some tight area. So this look good to me and ready to go. Then we will need to start building the cross section. So I'm going to look at all four views at this point. We are going to making the cross section by using the arc tool. I'm going to snapping somewhere here at the quadrant and somewhere here at the end, coming to the right view to draw our first curve. Alright, and we can adjust the curve later on, so don't worry about if this is too tall at this point. We just need to get all the cross section in place. Alright, so now we get something like this, and it depends on how tall you want it to have. Maybe they are all too tall, so we're gonna turn on the control point, and I'm going to lower this down and lower this down, and it's kind of gradually changing the height for all three of them. So now I have something like this. Okay, the other one that we may want to have is something crossover here, because you see this is a bump coming up, and maybe somewhere will be a little bit lower. So I'm going to have the profile is gonna go like the arc from this point to that point and going like this. And again, if this is too high, then you want to come in down here, right? Right at here, look like it's going inside and coming up again, so we might need to change this profile. Depends on how it look. Let's draw something on the side, something like this, and it was going a little bit lower and going in like this and coming up with a bigger bump. Alright, and then we can adjust it a little bit and see if that fit well. Okay, so in fact, I'm actually going to try both of the shape just for your comparison. We are going to have the command for the Orient to point, and we make sure we want no copy, and the scale we want a 3D scale. So we want to go, this is reference 1, reference 2, go with this point and this point. Alright, so I'm going to turning that into the red color just for the comparison, we want to see what's the difference. Okay, and we want to do the sweep too, so let's go ahead to use the split command, and we want to split with the point. The first point, it's going to be the very end right here on the bottom, on the quadrant. The second one we want to do somewhere over here on the top. So now we split this into two curves. Okay, we're going to starting with the sweep to rail 1, rail 2, and we're gonna starting with this point right here. So make sure snapping into the end point, this cross section go all the way, and don't forget to come back with the point over there. All right, so you get something like this for our first set, and I'm going to temporarily hide this one. We're gonna do the comparison with this exactly the same command. Let's go into the surface sweep to rail 1, rail 2, going to the point, and then cross section on all 4 of them, and coming back with the point one more time. All right, so then we get something like this. All right, by comparison, you can kind of compare and see which one will fit your design better. If this is too much of a jump in here, you might want to get it back by putting another arc here, another arc. So play around and see which form will fit it better. I'm going to stick with the first one here. Okay, so now we need to go into this detail. This detail, like right at this corner, it's not exactly fitting to our drawing. So we need to change it a little bit by turning on the control point. When we turn on the control point, if we drag here, you're going to see the whole row is dragging as well, right? So to have a better control, we need to make sure that that is the point we want to drag, and we don't want to drag all over on the other side. So we need that more control point in between this point and this point. All right, so let's go ahead to use the rebuild, and we want to rebuild this guy. So far on the V, which is the x-axis, it only have like 5 points, so we want to do 10 points. And right here on the top, it has 200 something point. Let's change it to a little bit smaller number. Let's say 150, and we can preview over here. All right, so it look like we having additional ISO curve right here that will help on our control. Maybe we don't need that many. Let's say 8. All right, and this is a good point there that it look like it. Every place we want to moving, it has some sort of control point over there. Okay, so let's click OK over there. Right. So now we are looking at the top view, and let's go ahead to make them closer to what we have on the original drawing. And then you kind of need to tweak it back and forth until you find the shape that you like and the fitting into your design 100%. So we are going to tweak it a little bit like this, and this might need to go in, like all of those might need to go in a little bit, something like this and something like this. All right, so you get what I mean here. So you kind of need to play a little bit to see what's the best fit for it. So we kind of drag and play. All right, so I'm gonna stop it right here for the demonstration. I'll show you the rest of the part, but you get what I mean for what you need to do. And then some of the part you can tweak it higher or lower or things like that. Okay, the second things we wanted to do, I don't know if it is flat on the bottom. I will just assume it's flat, so I'm going to use the cap command to cap it. So once we cap it, I'm going to punch 2 holes there. Let's start drawing from the top view, and we want to draw a circle roughly the same with the size that we have over there. We want to go to the top view, and let's use the trim command to trim off this. And all of a sudden, everything is being trimmed off. If this happened to you, don't worry about it. That's probably because it's not intersect. So to fix these things, let's go straight. And instead of using the curve, we want to using the surface and to trim off this surface. So that's trim off here, and the surface behind it, and then let's delete those. All right, so now we have this. We're going to hide the background, and then now we have this over here. To close this, you can use the loft command to go from here, this edge to this edge. Sometimes I would like to do is using the blend commands. I want to blend here to here, and with this dialog, I want them to go a little bit like not as pronounced. So I will have a much nicer blend, all the whole looking things there. And the same thing is going to happen right here. So let's use the blend command. And again, moving this bar all the way down, just having a little curve there. And don't forget to join all of them. All right, so then we will have something like this. And again, right here that you have those like spiky or the gear looking texture, you can prepare your cutting tool to cut them down. But basically, that's how you get this foam. I hope you enjoy it. Please like and comment and share my video so I can reach more people like you who want to learn Rhino and let's have fun together. Don't forget to click that little bell. I will see you next.